driving.
Hurts me so bad for us to part. Someday, baby, I ain't gonna worry my life anymore. You're on my mind. Every place I go, how much I love you, baby, you nobody knows. You ain't gonna worry my life anymore. Get it out of your head.
You need to call her.
No, you need to call her. This is you.
You've been friends with her longer.
Oh, but this is your room. It's on you. I'll stand.
Hey, do you have a second? Yeah, that man of yours was just in the shop, all over somebody. Are you okay?
Your ripping has got me run down. Think your smoke has got me tripping, finally turn around. I don't need no extra baggage. I got plenty of mine. I'm just tired of this vision and reframing my religion. I have made a sound decision, territorial division. It's a stance without contrition. That it's time you leave my home. You have hurt me more than once, and that's a shame on me. We're living a time of choice, and I'm choosing to be free. I deserve so much better, so much better I will be. I'm just tired of this vision and reframing my religion. I have made a sound decision, territorial division. It's a stance without contrition. That it's time you leave my home. nothing gained, no so they say it's true. I don't need no cute refrain to figure out we're through. I'm just cashing in my chips after all those musicians. I'm just tired of this vision and reframing my religion. I have made a sound decision. Territorial division, it's a stance without contrition. Now that it's time you leave my home, time you leave my home, time you leave my home, time you leave my home.
Of my heart, it's cold down here.
There is nothing wrong with me. She controls my mind. She always put me down. Yeah, she controls my mind. She always put me down. All I know is pain. I don't want her more around. Every morning, she starts sick every night. She starts sick in the evening. She starts sick every time. I don't know what you want from me. You're a toxic woman. There is nothing wrong with me. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know you want from me. You're a toxic woman. There is nothing wrong with me.
It's so cold that I should hold you as you tell me the bad news that you locked away from me, that you're leaving me lonely. It's the wrong night to have bad dreams, 'cause I know what it all means as I'm dragged way down under in the storm and the thunder, longing for the walls to break down. No one hesitates
lemonade, and you told me you were all alone. But you said he was just a naked man who came in and used my telephone. She been running out on me, Henry. All right. Yes, she is. Sure ain't no good. And she went and married you as well, man. When you tell me that you love me, baby, man, I sure wish that she would. Now I came by the other day when you thought that I'd gone to fish. And you told me he was the TV repairman who came in to mend our satellite dish. I think you're running out on me, baby. All right. And you know, sure ain't no good. When you tell me that you love me, baby, and I sure wish that you
Well, hello. That took a little bit of time to get in there. How you guys doing? Well, welcome back to series number 3. Here we are. And our next guest, I'm telling you, is a 3-time British Blues Award nominee. He's from London. And what he says about his music is it's modern. It's not musical archaeology. Yet with his feet, soul, and spirit firmly rooted in the U.S. Southern blues music, he takes you all the way back home. We have another guest that may be joining us, but he's about 5,000 miles away. We're going to see if we can get him in sometime during the show. But right now, we're going to bring out of the green room Mr. Mississippi MacDonald.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
Hi. This is great. This is like being on TV. This is awesome.
That was the whole idea. You know, we're looking at Graham Norton and like Jonathan Ross and we just didn't want to just sit and chat. We wanted a live chat entertainment show streaming live, going to Facebook straight away, going to YouTube straight away as well. So we're all in there. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. Well, don't you pull that Graham Norton lever and have me fall backwards out my chair. I'm watching you. where I can see your hand.
You got that kind of chair, don't you? Don't you worry. No, we don't have a real chair tonight, but you know what? That's not a bad idea. And we do have some ideas of going, like in the studio, we'll probably be shooting live. Like I was telling you earlier about the town during sound check. Yeah. And we did our Christmas special with Dana Gillespie and Giles Robeson at the TAM, and that you can find that on YouTube still. And your show tonight will be on YouTube as well, and on Facebook. It'll be there as an archive, so you can download it and use it for whatever you like as well. Hi, everybody.
You guys have got it going on. Hello, everybody. Yeah.
Mississippi in the house, man. So listen, let me see now. Now we'll see if Steve can get in, but it's probably more than likely he won't be able to make it because it's all the buttons and stuff. Sometimes it's just a bit too much. I know it's just a download button, but sometimes
you never know that. You can't trust these things.
I'm going to keep an eye in the green room for him anyway, so we'll see. So listen, man, I just want to go back really quick. I want to go back to you started playing guitar at 11. And
Yes,
did you
I did.
pick up another instrument before that?
I did not. No, I kind of got started at the time. It was kind of the early '90s, and Nirvana and all that kind of stuff was cool. And it was, I was thinking about that era the other day, and it wasn't my thing so much. But a couple of things happened. So anyone could go be in a band. That was cool.
Yeah.
Anyone could have a go. And also all kinds of vintage instruments came out of lofts that people's dads had stashed away, you know.
Oh,
and
really?
I remember kids showing up with, like, you know, 63 Telecasters and original
Really?
Fender twin reverbs. Yeah, I was just thinking about that era. But that's when I kind of got started. And I've come back to think about that whole period in a different way now.
Did you get
But
your
for me,
guitar
it
with,
was,
like, you get a bit of pocket money, your guitar, or how did you come
Yeah,
about just getting that thing in your hand?
I took all my money out of the post office and I went and bought a guitar against all instructions from my parents. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and that was
If that was in your mood and your spirit, you know what I mean. You're still playing.
it was worth the pain. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit. I'm gonna admit that I've been learning guitar for 20 years.
Yeah, excellent, good for you.
I mean, it's just one of those things I think it's one of those kind of things that if you're young and doing it, because there's not much else you can do besides go out and play football or play with your mates. So it's one of those kind of things that you can, but now as you get older, it's a little bit difficult to sit down and take the hour, half an hour, you know, time passes differently when you're a child, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. One of my lockdown projects is to learn to play piano. And you know, how do you keep a guitarist quiet? Give him some sheet music. Yeah, I had to learn to do all of that, but that's been cool. But yeah, no, when you're a kid and you soak this stuff up, and also, like, at the time, it was having access to people's record collections. You know, and at home we had Muddy Waters and BB King and Dr. John and all that good stuff. You know, a box set of Sun Records, Chuck Berry, all that kind of thing, and you soak it up and you start on a musical journey. And then there's something about the blues, though, which really gets you in there. And I've still got that feeling the same today when I hear new stuff as I did when I first started.
You can hear it in your voice. I mean,
I love it, man.
It's really, you can feel. They say the blues is a feeling, isn't it?
Right.
And that's what some of the old guys say, and it's so true. I mean, people can technically do it, but it's coming from somewhere. I mean, I'm still learning to sing blues, and I got it in my family and my blood. I mean, I started. You
are a great singer, though. I know. I've been on stage with you. Yeah.
We were. You guys, what was that? Now we were at what's it called? What was that called? It was
the New Crawdaddy. It was the New Brunswick Blues Competition.
New Brunswick Blues Competition.
Yeah.
And you would go to Canada or something? It was a festival in Canada?
I didn't.
Neither did I.
24 Pesos did, and they were amazing.
Yeah.
Ben Paul was there. What was the other band?
Cat and Co was there.
Cat and Co, you guys, yeah. And that was a great evening.
It was a fantastic evening. Absolutely.
Cool people.
Yeah. So are you still with some of the same guys that you played with in the past, like in your band, or you change, or you?
Yeah, I things have changed a little bit. I've got a fantastic band right now. Mark and Phil and Elliot as well. So we've been together. Well, Elliot and I, who plays bass, we've half our lives we've been playing
really
together.
wow,
and Phil's a great player. I've known him for a long time now. We've made a whole bunch of records together and got into some escapades and scrapes, you know. But it's cool. I've got a great band. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to play with them, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's good to get on with people, because when you're on the road, you can be in close confines for quite a bit of time at times, isn't it? It's like being in a relationship, isn't it? Sometimes as well, you know.
It is. Yeah. And there's nothing like being sat in a van to test your relationship for 5 hours. Yeah.
I know, exactly. Well, we get through it. Now, listen,
we're all cool.
Tell me a little about United States. I mean, how'd you come to performing on the Blues Trail? And
yeah, I've been lucky enough to travel a fair amount, both in my day job and on vacation. I've been all over. I've been to Memphis, Austin, Nashville, down to Clarksdale, into the heart of the Delta. Been up to Chicago. Amazing things.
Mm-hmm.
a few years back, I got involved in a project to buy a gravestone for Ovie Wright, who was one of the great. I could
Was
talk for
that-
hours about Ovie Wright. You know.
Oh my God! I'm
Yeah.
so glad when I saw that, I'm going. That was one of my dad's favorite artists. Let's play Ovie Wright. Play Ovie Wright. Ovie Wright. Let's straighten it out.
Now you're talking. You know, so he'd laid in an unmarked grave in Memphis since November 8, 1980.
You're kidding.
And a few of us got together, and we bought a gravestone for him. And we went over to Memphis, and two things which were really cool. We had a gig with the high rhythm section, which were all of those the Hodge brothers, Floyd Newman, who'd all played on those Al Green records and Ovie Wright at the time, and Percy Wiggins sang, and Otis Clay sang, the great Otis Clay, and you could just hang out with them. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then the next day we had the dedication graveside, and I stood next to Ovie Wright's sons and his sister and Otis Clay, and they all sang Amazing Grace around the graveside, and it was even now it's a little choked up about it. It was an amazing experience. And I tell you this, Ovie Wright is for my money the greatest Southern soul singer. Really.
I mean, we don't hear. I mean, a lot about him, do we? Like I said, my dad had all his 45s and things like that. But if you look at singer, maybe because it's in England, maybe United States he's a lot more popular. Maybe just here, in England. Any of you guys heard of Ovie Wright? I want into us. Come to the comment, guys, and ask us.
If you can see, I'm pointing there on that shelf there.
Gotcha,
that's an original. That's a DJ copy of "That's How Strong My Love Is," and next to it is a signed copy of the lyrics by Roosevelt Jameson, who wrote it for Ovie Wright, and Otis Redding took that and made a hit out of it. So
that's how strong
I'm an Ovie Wright freak. I could talk for hours, and I would strongly encourage your listenership to go straight to Spotify
you guys
and start listening to Ovie Wright.
Listen to Mississippi MacDonald, you know what I mean? And you guys check him out because it's well worth it. I mean, L.D. Pearson, my dad, used to swear by Ovie Wright, man. That's
well,
absolutely.
Then you and me are like that. Then we're cool.
Yeah, exactly. So when you met all these people like Pine Top Perkins, Willie Big Eye Smith, Otis Clay, B.B. King, you met all those guys down there in the United States.
Yeah. Now I met B.B. King at the Albert Hall. It was my 18th birthday, and he was coming in. He was coming in the artist entrance, and we just happened to be there. And I stuck out my hand randomly, and he took my hand and shook it, and I looked at him in the eye, and it was just, and he smiled, and it was wonderful. He had very big hands, and there was a real warmth to him. An amazingly articulate, kind man. As well as a father of modern electric blues. Pine Top and Willie Big Eye Smith I met at Antone's in Austin, and I kid you not, there were about 15 of us in the audience, and they were playing, and we got to hang out with them. And Willie Big Eye Smith was lovely. I had a really nice chat with him. Great guy. So
I mean, those people, we look at it, we put them on a pedestal, I guess, in a way, but they're just home down people. They don't have any airs and graces about singing because that's just what they do.
Yeah, it's in their blood.
It's in their blood. So what are you gonna? God gave you that. Why are you gonna act like a dickhead? You know what I mean? Because you can sing. I mean, I never could understand that when I first started singing. I'm just thinking, you go to these things and people are going on like, I'm like, hi, and they're going, I'm like, what's the matter with you? Because you're singing, you gotta act like a twat. What's the matter? Maybe some people I was around.
If I start doing that, you call me out, right?
Yeah, please, man. You know what I'm saying? But these people are so warm. I say these people because they're just people like my family back at home. Like my grandma. My grandma says, "I don't meet no strangers." You know what I mean? It is true. You're always welcome.
Yeah. It was wonderful. Yeah, I've got a couple of lovely photos of me. There's a really great one of me and Otis Clay together. No, it's just great, and I wish almost that I at the time I'd known more about his history and his records, and I'd had the presence of mind to ask ask more questions and find out more. But it was just
course.
great, man. Like you know, it's just an opportunity to meet extraordinary people.
Exactly. And you can, I mean, when you meet them, you can still study about them and learn more. Maybe you might not get it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. But every time I come across something, I'll read something about someone I didn't know that yet. I know what you mean. I wish I could have met some of these people. Some of them are long gone now. You know?
Yeah.
Now I said that I love how you were singing, because you're singing, you feel it. So I just want Patsy to pull up a video, please, so we can hear this beautiful man and you can see and feel the influences. We're gonna put on It Can't Hurt Me.
Oh, cool.
my phone. Gonna get him in my sights, pull out my 44, 'cause my mind is being concerning. He ain't coming around no more, 'cause I told myself what I can't see. I know I can't, makes it alright. It can't hurt for me. Now I don't need no salesman, and I sure don't need no ice. And that backdoor man, he better not come here twice. And the car parked in my driveway with the chrome all shining black has a plate that says Mississippi and a badge that says Cadillac. And I told myself, yes, what I can't see, boy, makes it alright. It can't hurt on me. Excuse me. Huh. Yeah. All right. One more thing. I drove by the other day and something didn't look right. The lights were on from 9 p.m. to way past midnight. If you've been getting me assistance, I don't think I need. And it's click bang for the other man if it runs right into me. Oh, I told myself what I can't see. Yeah. Makes it alright. It can't hurt on me.
You headed to the 606 club. The 100 club.
Yeah.
606 club, was it?
Man,
Was that 100 club?
we had a lot of fun making that video. We
I
must
love
have
it in
walked,
black and white.
yeah, thank you. We must have walked 20 kilometers in an evening, and it was pretty warm in that coat. But yeah, no, that a lot of those places there have got some kind of meaning as well. Like when I first moved back to London, I lived in Bermondsey, and we start off there, and then we head up through Nancy's Steps and to Denmark Street, which we kind of turned into film noir.
Yes.
And then we wound up at the 100 Club, which of course was the launch of the record back in November. So.
I see, yeah. And I like how they had just the 100 Club in red, everything.
Yeah, I love that. The only bit of color in the whole film.
Isn't it? Absolutely, man. It can't hurt me. Now, I was reading on your Bandcamp and stuff, but you wrote most of the tracks on your album, or was it all the tracks you wrote on the album?
Yeah, so there's 9 tracks on the record, and there's all of them original apart from one, which is a cover of a Little Milton or Denise LaSalle song. Yeah.
I think it's important actually to put a cover. We put a couple of covers on our album sometimes as well. I think it's important to put a cover on there, especially so people can have a reference point and things of that nature,
Yeah, and also I we're talking about kind of getting into the blues. I developed these obsessions from time to time, and my Ovie Wright one has lasted a long time. But I really got into Little Milton over the last couple of years, and I loved the sound of his band and the arrangements and his playing. And I missed out seeing him. He was on at the Barbican, and I didn't go because I'd been to 4 gigs that week already, and I thought I'd better have a night in. Unfortunately, he passed away a month later, so I missed my opportunity to see him. But talk about the greats. 2005, it was the It Came from Memphis Festival. But he was one of the greats. Yeah, and that's one of his songs, and so. Hope we did it justice.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Now listen, let's see now. You have so many accolades, nominations and in 2020, the UK Independent Blues Broadcast Association's Club, Roots Music Reporter, UK Album Charts 21, Top 10 Roots Music Reporter. I mean, I really appreciate that because I love when people are doing what they love. And people are acknowledging it. It's not necessary, but it does kind of drive you. It makes you feel good because you're doing what, and we all need it. I mean, when your children need it, even, we say, oh, that was really good. And it gives them that kind of boost. And it still as adults, it gives them that little boost. Like, doesn't it feel like that to you?
I honestly, I can't believe it really, to think that, to have the opportunity for the wonderful support from folks like you, but the IBBA DJs, people in the industry, I'm humbled by it, and also particularly the Roots Music Report stuff and Living Blues charts, and we've been on Sirius XM in the States. I in my mind, I'm still an 11-year-old kid from London, just trying to put together a few tunes, and to have this kind of opportunity and for folks to like it, means the world to me. It really does.
Now, I wanted to say this after the video was there. Now, what do you do when you're on the road to look after your voice? Because you've got so much strength and power in it. Maybe it's just your build as a person, because we all, sing in different ways. Like opera singers are really fat. Because what is it? What do you do? I don't know.
I take it easy on the old rock and roll is number one.
Yeah.
I'd swear by vocal zones as well. Like, those kind of pastels that you get, they're really cool. But I had to kind of learn to sing.
I love a vocal zone.
Yeah, me too. I can go through about a packet a night.
They've gotten so expensive though now. They really.
I know, but that's my only rock and roll addiction. But luckily, it's one that preserves your voice rather than wrecks it.
It does, yeah. Do you have a warm up routine or something?
Certainly do on guitar. I'm not. Yeah. I don't. I probably should, but I try and sing from not from the throat, but from the diaphragm. Yes. Yeah. But I certainly, you got to last the whole show, right? Can't.
Well, you got to last the whole week sometimes on the road,
exactly.
Isn't it?
I've got 3 shows this week. So tomorrow we're down in Southsea, and then
let's talk about that. Tell me where you're going to be tomorrow.
So we are at South Sea, the Bullfrog Blues Club. Got a full band show tomorrow night, which is going to be great. First one of the year. And then I'm opening solo for Lawrence Jones on Friday night in Newbury. And then talking about the new Crawdaddy, I'm opening for Ben Paul on Sunday afternoon down at Sittingbourne in Kent. I've got a big list. If you go to my website, MaccDonald.com, exactly as it says on the screen for more dates. Yeah, that's slick. Slick. How do you
Couldn't plan it any better, could you?
Yeah.
And Martin was saying that he saw Little Milton.
He did. Hey, Martin,
Yeah.
great to see you.
Hey,
Man.
Martin
is what a great guitar player and a lovely chap Martin McNeil is, and I hope we can play together soon. I just found something on my wall for Martin, which is this is a show me and him did in 2013. I've still got it up on my
Martin?
wall.
He
There
says
you go.
I did, Martin. Yeah, he's watching.
Yeah.
He's leaving comments there.
That's fantastic. So that's just on the end of my bookshelf there. I've always had that there.
Fantastic. Well done, guys. Absolutely. So let me see now. Where are we? So you got those gigs coming up, and then I guess summertime is pretty booked up for what you on the road and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a whole bunch planned for this year. So we've got a
Got
bunch of
Mississippi
gigs.
MacDonald. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where are we? We're in Greenwich. We are. I'm at the Troubadour. Actually, I've never been there.
The Troubadour.
early March.
Yeah. Historical place as well.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that with Oliver Darling, who plays with Imelda May. We're out in Essex. We're at Billericay. We're at Kingston in March. We're in Orpington in April.
Is that in Kingston? What club is that?
The Ram Jam Club.
Ram Jam, yeah, I like that little place as well. It's really cool. I might have to get down there and see you down there.
And then we're going to break out of the southeast, and we're in Bath in May, and Southampton, Oxted, Fareham, anywhere that will have us for a show.
and Jennifer Noble just tuned in. She says,
did she? Hey, Jennifer.
She loves the interview, and she plans to catch you next time you play in London.
Yeah, it was great to see
you
you
can
at
get
the
to
Hunter
the Ram Jam, then, Jennifer, because the Ram Jam, that's down your way. Jennifer lives in Twickenham. So Ram Jam's just your area, Jennifer.
Excellent. Then we'll see you there. We'll see you there,
Absolutely.
Jennifer.
Yeah. So listen, so I had some questions for Steve. So we didn't get Steve. Guys, I'm sorry. Let me just make a little explanation there. You can see on the screen there from Jennifer. Let's go, Jennifer. Yeah, I'm with you, Jennifer. I'll go down there with you. We had let's talk a little bit about Steve since he couldn't be here. Let me see now. Let me just go back to here because what I said was sharing the show with Mississippi MacDonald is a harp player extraordinaire, a triple threat performer on vocals, guitar, and harp. He is also an accomplished songwriter from Seattle, Washington. We were going to have Steve Bailey. And Steve and you go back a long ways. And you've done some performing together, which we have a video of that as well. And we'll have a look. We'll have a look at that video in just a bit, Patsy, but not right now. Tell us a little bit about how you met Steve.
Steve's one of my closest friends. Sorry he can't be with us tonight unless he gets his kit sorted out. We played together a number of times. Steve was very, very kind enough to allow me to get up on stage with him and his band out in Seattle. First time I'd ever played in the States. And it was a really wonderful experience. And we've done a bunch of shows and a bunch of records. We've actually got a couple of years back, we did a tribute to Sonny Boy Williamson as a record. And we are re-releasing that in March, I think, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. I just play guitar on it. Steve really goes to town. He's an incredible musician, really, wonderful stories, great performer. He is in the same school as me of being sharply dressed for the show. He's to be often found in a sequin jacket. I don't know whether you've got that clip at all.
Hey, speak of the devil, look at the bottom of the screen.
What have we got?
We got Steve.
Oh, he's there. Excellent.
Let's get him in right now, man.
Is he here? There he is. Steve Bailey. There he is, man. Sharp dressed man.
I had to disable every security measure on my computer to get in. So don't hack me, anybody, right now.
You'll be on the show, but you'll be out of action for a month getting it fixed.
Welcome, Steve. I'm Pat. That's Patsy down there in the green room. We'll talk to Patsy before we end on the show. Hello, welcome. We just gave a little bit of introduction about you. Did you hear that? I wasn't sure if you were on. I just looked at you. But anyway, you don't need to hear your own introduction. Hello, Steve. Thank you for popping in.
Thank you so much, Kat.
And how's it going? Steve is in Seattle, Washington, you guys. So you can see. Oops, sorry. You can see that I'm excited. You can see. You can see it's daylight there. It's about late night here actually, after 9. So what's going on, man?
Have a beautiful day. It's we had about 4 months of London weather, so nice.
Yeah. And Mississippi was going on. He was telling us how you guys met and you had been playing together. You want to tell us a little bit about your relationship with Mississippi and what you guys do together?
Well, yeah, it's really been a wonderful friendship. When we first met at the Highway 99 Club and all that,
Where's that?
In downtown Seattle,
Okay.
and I really we speak the same language. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love I not only love blues, but I love the high record sound. I love the 60s and 70s soul music, and so once we started, he sat in with my band, and I just really connected with his sound and his positive personality too. Where a lot of the people I play with are not. Let me just say they're not as positive. And I really, some of the times when he's visited me at my home, I have quite an archive downstairs, and there's nothing better than I pull out a record that he hasn't heard in the style that he likes, and
which is most of them. Yeah.
It just I like to try to knock him over. We also, this doesn't have much to do with music in a way, but I've always tried to put on a nice suit when I play, and try, I come from an area here where people come with dirty clothes on and get on stage, and so when I heard Ollie's song about Dress for the Money, that was a real kick. That song did really well too.
Old blues singer from Oklahoma named Miss Blue. She's passed now. She told me years ago when I was in Oklahoma, she says, people don't pay money to come see you look raggedy.
That's right. And it's something so easy to do. Just put on something nice to wear. But
it's so gorgeous.
When I started playing, I played with the great Isaac Scott. And if we showed up with any part, if our shirt, our pants weren't ironed, or we didn't have dress shoes on, we would really be in trouble with it. And I really grew up. I heard B.B. King at his height. Albert King. I hung out with Albert Collins and stuff, and those guys all dress up, and so that's it's a minor thing, but that kind of fits in with our love of music too.
And it's so nice to behold someone on stage. I mean, I guess some artists actually do make their mark by not dressing up. If you like a t-shirt, a white t-shirt and some jeans, and that's what you see them in. And I can kind of understand that, but I can also understand those slick suits and things like that. Can you imagine Miles Davis in jeans and t-shirt? Not quite. You know what I mean? Almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love to see that, guys. Definitely. Yeah, there was a story about someone Mississippi showing up in the shiny blue suit or something like that, wasn't it? Or
I've got a wardrobe full of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we try to outdo each other. I had a suit with flashy sequins on it, and Alan Glenn came up and asked me if I have a license for the suit.
Absolutely. Steve, you were you raised in Seattle as well?
Yes. It's and not much of a nightlife here right now, though, unfortunately. Well, we'll see what happens.
The virus and all that.
Last summer was a really down time for music, but a really encouraging time in a way, because we played. I don't want to really be in the clubs right now. We played outdoors. We had 4 or 5 really wonderful gigs outdoors, and the people were so responsive, so excited to hear music again. They it was really interesting to see, you know, people that may not think too much about blues before, they go, you know, I love what you're doing. It's so excited to hear this and so on. So it's good news coming, I think, you know.
I want to ask you a question, but before that, I just thought of something. You think we could hear you play the harp a little bit later on?
I don't know.
Oh yes, we'll get we'll get a song out of you. Steve, will you please tell me a little bit about what what was the public market blues scene? Talking about scenes in Seattle.
Well, what happened here when I first started playing in the 70s? Most of the nightclubs were located near the public market downtown on First Avenue.
Yes.
And this was the original Skid Row, because this is where they outfitted the prospectors going to the Yukon for gold and so on. And it was a down and out place. Some of the clubs we played in, people think, well, it was just a crazy time, you know.
Yeah.
Very wide open. I think what they decided in Seattle was they decided to just, that part of town, they're just going to let it go. You can pretty much do anything you want there. And that's kind of where I learned to play when I played with Isaac Scott Band in that area. About 10 years later, the whole scene moved a little bit south to the Pioneer Square area. And I looked back. In fact, I ran across my old calendar from the 1980s, and I played at 15 different clubs in that year. And so it was 7 nights a week down there, and a really great scene. We don't have that.
Yeah. They call it Northwest Blues Scene. Is that the Northwest Blues Scene?
It was wonderful. Yeah. I got to know some of the Portland guys really well, like Curtis Salgado, Robert Cray. They came up and played. I went down to Portland a lot. It was a really wonderful scene, very supportive of each other. And it kind of, it's not there anymore.
Yes, of course. Well, like London. I mean, we were earlier talking about Denmark Street, weren't we, Mississippi? And Denmark Street doesn't have the same flavor at all, does it anymore?
No, 12 bar clubs gone, and half of it's been, there's a few guitar stores down there.
That's it.
Boy,
but it's not what it used to be. Yeah.
I spent some time in those guitar stores. I had to get out of there before I was started.
I spent some time and some money in those guitar stores.
Yeah.
Well, I want to put on a video, actually, if you don't mind, please, Steve, in Mississippi. He's going to just play a couple minutes of the Steve with the honky tonk, with the Tonky Blues Band,
Oh
yeah. Let's have a little bit of that.
I said, baby, honey, please. I said, baby, honey, please. Don't say tomorrow, tomorrow too far away. Yeah, when I want you loving, baby, I really want it bad. When I can't see you, baby, it really makes me sad. But honey, please. Don't think tomorrow is too far away.
so good, huh? Yes. How could you not want to have that? You know, I'm so glad we're back. My live music is back. It's just so exciting. I tell you, it's back. It's glad to be back on the show as well, because this is series 3 of Live Talking Blues. Everybody, if you just tuned in, and we're here with Steve Bailey and Mississippi MacDonald. Steve is over all the way from Seattle, Washington, and Mississippi, you're just here in London, aren't you?
Can we come every week? I'm enjoying this. This is great, man. I'm on in every week. Yeah.
What we have some little plans to do, actually. I really shouldn't say much right now because it's a big project we're trying to get all together. But we want to take this live at venues, but obviously that's really technical to do. But we're looking for a production company to go in with us to go live at some of the venues, possibly at Dingwalls eventually. And so yeah, but yeah, it's kind of like a Jules Holland and Graham Norton, all those kind of rolled into one, but dedicated to the blues. What's dedicated to the blues? What if, you know what I mean? We don't have any shows dedicated to the blues. We need more so we can spread the word and spread the love of the music, you know? Definitely. Can we hear you? Can I get an amen?
Amen.
We're here every week from now on.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you guys are going to be playing in London together. When are you coming over, Steve?
When are you coming over? We need you here, man.
Waiting for things to improve, you know, with the COVID. I hate to. I don't know. I actually pretty much stopped playing in clubs here. People are so reckless. I'm sorry to say. They just,
really?
A lot of people I know, they just got tired of it. So they're not going to wear a mask and they're not going to, I don't know how, I don't know. I'm dying to come over.
I know, for want of a better word. Thank you. Well, I mean, when I first met Mississippi, that was what it was like a bit at the 100 Club as well. But I don't know I didn't walk away with anything. But I have been double vaccinated and boosted, and I have had it as well. So I guess I got a bit of a shield. You know, I'm not sure, but it is a bit of a sketchy one, isn't it? So.
Yeah,
we sure was packed in there that night as well, right? So
yeah,
I have been making good use of my time though. I'm finishing up a new album, so
good.
And we worked really hard on it. So
you got a recording studio there, don't you?
I do, yeah. And
you run a recording. What's the name of the recording studio? We can send you one over.
It's called Bailey's Basement right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I met a guy who's he's really good with the technology and has really helped me a lot. So he's a Berkeley grad and a really good Richard Newman. I think we're going to start playing together here. And I've got quite a folder of new material. That's one thing about Mississippi. This guy writes songs like, I don't know how he cranks it. How many you do 3 a day there, Mississippi, on your songs?
I did nothing for 2 years and I have a very intense weekend.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But I went in my folder. I would get an idea for a song and I'd have a verse and I put it in a folder. So I had about 200 ideas and I pared that down to about 20. So I got about 20 new songs. So
cool.
And we've recorded 10 of them now.
Uh-huh.
I've got a new song. You'll get a kick out of my song about when I was on jury duty. And the guy that was on trial, he basically wrote his own song. He decided to be his own lawyer.
Yes.
And he made one really bad comment after another. So that you'll enjoy that "Let Me Go, Judge" song.
Let me go, Judge. Then I remember that song. The court's in session now. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. We're speaking of songs. Patsy, let's put on another video. I want to see. I was wrong. I want to hear. I was wrong.
Man.
I was Mississippi.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have a look at that before we carry on.
tried to be a better man, to be kind and show you that I care. Now I'm kneeling and I'm praying that you come back to me. I'll search for you everywhere. Yes, I will. Baby, now you're long gone. All I have is the words of this song. Oh, baby, you know that you're long gone. All I have is the words of this song. Where I let you walk away. Oh, honey, I was wrong. Yes, I was. I was wrong. For all the fish in the ocean, and for all the ships on the sea, I give that to you, baby, and I give you a whole lot more. If you'd only come back to me. Well,
It's working on you, Bailey. It's working on you.
It's working, isn't it? It's working. You got the mojo happening. You know what I love about this? Because it feels like, it's like when you get, how can I explain it? It really holds back, doesn't it? The song really holds back. And then it seems like there's an urgency. There's a bit of an urgency when you start to get to the chorus.
That's a middle eight, yeah.
To the middle eight, and, it starts. It feels like it's going faster, but it isn't. It's still held back. But I used to love that about the old songs that my parents used to play. And it gives me that same sort of feeling where it's really held back, but it seems like it just edges it over a little bit to the middle eight or something like that, or to the
That
chorus.
excitement gives me the excitement. Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of too is that you mentioned about when we play together, neither one of us are trying to play really fast and play a really, a lot of notes. And what you can hear, what you can hear in this guitar solo reminds me of when I saw, I was learning guitar. I wrote down B.B. King's solo, and there wasn't much to write down. And what he's got here, he's got these beautiful notes, and you can, you just stop and you can listen. You can hear the beauty of individual notes instead of a flurry of about fast stuff that you hear a lot of now.
That's cool, man. Yeah. I was reading Bobby Rush's book, and he talks about the silence has its own groove, and I think that's right. It's what you don't play that's the thing, The other thing is I can't do all that other stuff. So I got to use the silence because I can't play like Bonamassa or anyone like that. But,
no, that's another style, isn't it? That's another style that's developed from the original or from the blues, from the Delta blues. That's that. Yeah, it's the grandfather of music.
I listen a lot to Albert King and Albert Collins.
Yeah.
And those guys use that space all of the time. And Albert King, probably has, 5, 6, 7 kind of killer licks which he deploys, but he does it with such devastation and power. And it's just 1 or 2 notes, and it's boom like that. It's a magical stuff from those guys.
They say your playing has Albert Collins' favorite guitar work.
I'm an Albert Collins freak as well. Yes. I really am. I've got one of the I've got one of the signature Albert Collins Telecasters off eBay, and when I got it here, it was a 1994, and it was all original strings, and it still had the blue plastic covering on the clasps of the case. Never been played as well. It's like one of the most precious things. Like,
Wow.
but Steve, you knew him, right? And you
I
hung out with him.
I spent a lot of time. He was best friends with the great Isaac Scott. I was in Isaac Scott's band for over 7 years, and they were really, really tight. And Albert used to stay at the Bridge Motel here, about 2 miles from my house, and he came over. He came over here a lot and to have dinner with us and everything. And he really I love to tell all the Albert Collins stories. You know? and
you hung out with John Lee Hooker there as well, is it?
Oh, John Lee Hooker, yeah. He's quite a character.
Yes.
But you know, this is something that when I was very lucky. I was very lucky to know Dick Sherman and to get to know so many people through him. You know, he's in the Blues Hall of Fame. You know, and he really put together Albert Collins with the horn band, that wonderful band that recorded on Alligator. Those really, he didn't even have a band at one point there. So this was my friend Dick Sherman at work, and really, really exciting to go, you know. And you see Albert, we'd go to the hotel and motel and knock on the door, and he'd answer the door, and he's got these skinny little legs, you know, with his bathrobe on, and he'd invite us in, and wonderful time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Jennifer says Dick Sherman from Chicago via Seattle.
Yeah, I think you guys have got a mutual friend there. So Jennifer and Steve.
Yes, definitely. Steve, could you play us a song on guitar or harmonica or something? Well, either one.
Okay.
You're prolific. They said you're a double threat, so songwriter.
And you know, when I'm in London, I don't play a note of guitar. One thing I wanted to mention, when we saw that video, you saw Phil Deering on the other guitar, and Phil is fantastic. I just love. He's a supportive player, and you know, you don't see that a lot. Sometimes the two guitar players, one of them wants, hey, let me jump in and show off, you know. But Phil is a wonderful supportive player, a great sound engineer, and a really, really great guy to know. Piano playing is something else too.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
fantastic.
It's quite a piano player. But yeah, this is. But I promise, Ollie. I promise I won't play too much guitar when I come over there. But
I'm going to quit my harmonica as well, because I know you don't like it.
I love Pig Leg Sam, so this is my tribute to Pig Leg Sam.
Okay.
Ain't but one thing really give a man the blues. Ain't but one thing, people. Really give a man the blues. That's when he get on from work and turn on the TV news.
Yes.
All right.
There's one thing. Give a woman the blues as well, isn't it? Oh, I like that.
You get home from work and turn on the TV news.
The
I give you
blues
the
ain't
blues.
nothing. Oh,
That gives you
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
the blues.
oh my goodness. Well, so you guys are still kind of locked down there, aren't you? I guess to a certain extent, Steve.
Oh, we are. You know,
Yeah.
the other thing, a lot of times, the club gigs that we play now, they don't have a stage, and so I feel more comfortable in London. At least you have a little bit of distance.
Mhm,
And here,
mhm.
you know, about a year ago when I quit playing at the club, I was playing, I opened my eyes, and there's 3 people standing 12 inches from me. I'd say that's about 18 centimeters. And,
Yeah, okay, get back, Jack. Well, we
And,
want to, yeah, go ahead.
no mask, no mask, because
Uh-huh.
the minute they have that first beer, goodbye mask,
Sure.
And
Sure,
I'm
of
trying to be
course.
careful. I'm trying to get my lungs back at full strength.
That's great. Absolutely. Well, we want to have a look at what Mississippi MacDonald got up during lockdown here in London. Now, Patsy's got a little bit. We're only going to have a little bit of look at it because it's kind of time to get out of here in just a bit. So I don't want to keep people too much longer. But I want to see what you were doing, and let me know if this is the first lockdown or when you did this.
Which one's this?
I'm Mississippi MacDonald. Thank you for having me. It's great to be back at Blues at Barleylands. Seems like only the other day it was March the 14th and I was there with my band. And I wanted to say thank you to Keith for inviting me to play today. I wanted to give you some old school blues. We're live from the Thames Delta, my front room here, south of the river. You may hear some strange sounds. Them dogs barking next door. The Amazon delivery guy may show up at any moment. But until then, I'd like to play some blues for you. Well, we heard church people say they are in the holy way. There are strange things happening every day. On the last man judgment day, when they drive him all away, there are strange things happening every day. Every day. Every day. There are strange things happening every day. Every day. Oh, every day. Oh, yeah. There are strange things happening every day. If you want to view the climb, you must learn to quit your lying. There are strange things happening every day. Woo, woo.
Yeah.
If you hear right through the lies, you can live right all the time. There are strange things happening every day. Every day.
Yeah.
That was the first time I played to an empty room.
We've got a double there. Share it. Turn it off, please. Guys, we get an echo on some of the videos. It depends how she puts the video in, and I don't know what the technical thing is, but we'll get an echo on some of them. When was that then?
Oh, I don't know. It was.
First
it was
lockdown.
the first lockdown.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Great.
So I had to get all the gear up and get set up. I want to give a shout out for Sister Rosetta Tharpe there.
Oh yeah.
That's
Was that one of
my
her songs?
Yeah, I'm in love with Sister Rosetta.
I love
really
her.
am.
You know who's going to play Sister Rosetta Tharpe? An English woman from Bristol.
No way. Wow.
The movie's coming out. I don't know when the movie's come out, but the woman I really love. I saw her at the 100 Club as well, supported by Lady Maid, and her name is Yola. Yola for Yolanda.
Wow.
Yeah, Yola.
That's fantastic.
She's her first album was produced by Arbuckle from the from the what's the band in the United States. I can't think at the top of my head. Anyway, but she hit Nashville by storm. Absolutely. Wow. She's won quite a lot of awards from Bristol. I think she's African origin from Africa, and she's done so well over the United States.
Fantastic.
And so she's playing Sister Rosetta Thorpe. She's a great guitar player as well. So look out for that movie, you know.
Definitely will do. In the meantime,
church folks.
1973 Precious Memories is the record, and I can't remember the name. It's like Ardent or something like that is the record label, but that is killer stuff.
I love that one.
God bless Sister Rosetta. Yeah,
oh my God, yeah. She says she's the first woman to rock and roll or something. They say that.
She was doing things years before Chuck Berry was doing the same thing.
Exactly.
I love that recording of her at the train station, and it was recorded in London somewhere.
Yeah, well, that was Manchester, I think it was.
Manchester. It was 63, and Muddy Waters is on the same bill, and various other folks as well.
What really scares me about but it's so scary because it's raining and they've got all these guitar chords and electrical stuff.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. She shows up on the back of the carriage, doesn't she, in the great kind of coat, and just pulls out the SG, and it's just magnificent. Yeah. What a film that is.
Patsy suggested we play it, but we don't have time, Patsy. We're running out of time. So
we can do another hour. Come on, man. I'm good.
You want to put her on? We're running out of time. That's all. I guess. Okay, 2 minutes. 1 minute. 2 minutes. Okay, then we really have to let people go.
Yes.
Oh, the sweet horsey. Oh, this is the wonderful time of my life. Let me tell you something. Uncle Joe, it's raining and the people are so fine to stay around. And how great it is. Oh, it makes me feel happy. Oh, yeah. Just to know we can start in the rain and sing. And the people are so sweet to stay here. Oh, it gets sweet. And I come in on let me tell you what I come in on. Oh, yeah! Give me a key. Didn't it rain, children? Rain, oh yes. Didn't it? Yes, didn't it? You know it did, didn't it? Oh yes, how it rained. I said it rained, children. Rain, oh yes. Didn't it? Yes, didn't it? You know it did, or didn't it? Oh my Lord, how it rained. You know it rained 40 days, rained 40 nights. To make my garment fit me right. And when I get to heaven, gonna put on my robe, walk around in glory, tell the glad news. Look up David in the heat of the day, tune up the harp and begin to play. I know it rained, you know it rained. Oh, how it rained, rained too long, all night long. Rain, 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 rain. Didn't it rain, children? Rain, oh yes. Didn't it, yes. Didn't it, you know it did, or didn't it? Oh, my Lord.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's the greatest, isn't it?
Take it off, Patsy. We've got that echo. Thank you, Patsy. That was great. I thank you for that treat. That was absolute treat, wasn't it?
Yeah, magical stuff. Magical
What
stuff.
kind of guitar was that? Rickenbacker or something? Was it?
No, SG Custom. So the 3 pickup ones. But she always had those for years. I think she's just the greatest. One of my daughters' middle name is Rose after Rosetta.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
What Rosetta? Oh gosh, I don't have the book out with me. Jennifer. Jennifer Noble wrote this book called 50 Women in Blues, and she's saying that Sister Rosetta Thorpe has a mention in the 50 Women in Blues book,
Fantastic.
which I usually would have here, but I think it's sitting somewhere behind the green screen. We'll get that out next time and see if I can get it on the screen. Thank you, Jennifer. Absolutely. So you can pick that up on Jennifer's website as well. Sister Rosetta, 50 Women in Blues. Yes. Gentlemen, have you had a lovely evening with us?
This has been great. Thank you so much for having us. And we'll see you again this time next week, if that's all right with you.
Okay. Steve, thank you for coming on all the way from Seattle, and for all the effort that you made to get on the show. And it was like a scent, wasn't it? Because we were just talking about you, and then poof, you were there.
Slick entrance.
Good. Yeah, well, I hope I can pop over sometime soon. I'm really looking forward to getting back in the saddle over there. And after all, you know, I wouldn't be playing music at all, and I wouldn't be playing blues if it wasn't for the English invasion of the 60s. I completely got into blues music from the first Stones album and all that stuff. And I started looking for who wrote these songs. Pretty soon I'm listening to Muddy Waters, Bo Diddley, and everybody else because of you people.
Well, yes, that was an important evolution, I think, in the blues as well. It has always evolved, even from Sister Rosetta Thorpe and Ma Rainey and all those guys, and it's evolved all the way through. And it hadn't it been for that point in the 60s, there's a lot of people probably wouldn't have heard about the blues. So, I mean, even with Lomax, and it has an evolution that we can follow and enjoy.
We almost completely forgot about it over here. So that's what we needed a kick and reminder.
That's why we got to get this show on a larger scale and either syndicate or something like that, because blues needs to stay alive. And it's things like this that will keep it like that, you know, keep it going. So, and we just got to keep playing it, and playing it as true as the way you two have been playing it. I love to hear it in its truest form. I mean, I love, you know, rockabilly, and I love the rock blues. But when you get that feeling, like we were talking about earlier, when you can feel that blues and you get that kind of that shuffle in it, and you know, you can't stop but tap your feet. Boy.
That's it. You got it.
Well, listen, guys. Mississippi, will you give everybody your website again?
Yeah, www.mississippimacdonald.com.
Okay, and Steve, we'll get a website from you another time, shall we?
We shall. Thank you.
Okay, where's your recording? What's the name of your recording studio? Anyone want to come into Seattle when it does open up again?
Well, it's really my entire basement's turned into a recording studio.
Good.
It's pretty much, I'm pretty much the only client right now. So,
of course, you have to be. So listen, guys, if you want to hear more about when Steve comes over, I'm sure you'll see the Mississippi MacDonald's website, because they'll probably be playing together when he does come over. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right then. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Cool.
Thank you.
Good night, folks. Thank you, Kat. Thanks, Patsy.
Thank you. Let's have Patsy. There's Patsy there coming out of the green room. Thank you, Patsy. Thank you so much. All right.
Yeah.
Okay then. What was the magic word we talked about earlier? Take us home, Patsy.